All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley, live on YouTube, weekly, every Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. We're going to keep it very simple today. It's a Friday. We're going to keep it very simple and do some updates on gold and silver. Now, looking at the interest rates, what happened with the interest rates, we know that rates were kept remained unchanged at 3.75% due to what is happening in the past couple of months, past couple of weeks. All right, but the major thing that that influenced the FOMC to keep rates unchanged is the Middle East tension and the surge in the oil price. So that is now, like I said, it influenced the FOMC's decision, right? So the oil price, the surge in the oil price uh, puts some risks in inflation, or it has some inflationary concerns. So as a result, the Fed or the FOMC decided to keep rates the same at 3.75%, and now they are deciding on to cut interest rates only once this year, right? According to the data we got last year, we thought that the FOMC is gonna cut rates massively this year, but only once this year, and that's probably later on in the year. And a lot of analysts are predicting that it's gonna be a 75 basis points, right? Of course, things can change anytime, but with what is happening right now, we're anticipating the next meeting for rates to be the same until around September, July, September, where there would be talks of a rate cut. So as a result, that has put pressure on the commodities, that has put pressure on the indices. So the dollar is very strong at the moment, and that has put pressure on the commodities. So gold and silver has been dropping, or have been dropping. All right, so you're going to do a quick and simple update on gold and silver. Now this is gold. Seems like gold is coming back down to 4,400. All right, this area here around 4,400 seems like that is where gold is going. So short term, we are focusing on this trend short term, short term. All we need now is one last pattern, one last corrective pattern before we go down one more time. This is all we need, one last corrective pattern before we go down one more time. So short term, we see gold being bearish. All right, and then you look at silver. There's a possibility that silver is gonna go down to $64. $64. So the trend we are focusing on is this one. It is quite close to it, right? We could get a corrective pattern before price drops. So that's something we are watching out for. We could get that corrective pattern. So yeah, so that is basically a Friday morning how it looks like, right? Commodities, as you guys can see, have fallen, and so we're not seeing any change at the moment. We just follow this structure at the moment. Once price reaches these lows, we'll see what's going to happen, because long term we are still bullish on gold long term. All right, at the moment it's just correcting, so we're still bullish long term on gold and silver. We're still bullish. Silver could easily break this low, right? Silver could break this low to give us a new low. We are anticipating the same thing on gold, for gold to break this low slightly, give us a new low, right? And then after that, we'll come back and talk about this, because we are still watching out for this move towards the upside. So so that is the Friday update on the commodities. Nice and simple. So let's see what's going to happen next week. All right. It has been a decent week this week. So let's see what's going to happen next week. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it here. Have yourselves a good day, a good weekend. We'll catch you guys back again next week. Cheers.